This video explains how to start physiotherapy career in Canada. These informations have been exclusively taken from Canadian Alliance of Physiotherapy Regulators website. This explains the 6-step guide for internationally educated physiotherapists. Step 1. Find out about the licensing requirements in the province or the territory where you want to work. Step 2. Prepare before you leave your home country. Step 3. Apply for credentialing and submit documents. Step 4. Receive your credentialing assessment results. Step 5. Sit the physiotherapy competency exam. Step 6. You have passed the PCE. Now back to the regulators. Step 1. Find out about the licensing requirements in the province or territory where you want to work. In Canada, the different provinces and territories are similar to states in India. Licensing regulators are called colleges, and the requirements might slightly differ from place to place based on the needs of the physiotherapist. Enlisted here are the 11 colleges located across the country. Alberta, British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec are the most populated areas, while the remaining are less populated. So foremost, you have to decide which province do you wish to work. This plan follows the next step. Prepare yourself before you leave your country. It is important to know what is it like to live and work in Canada as a physiotherapist before you immigrate. The first link shown here would give you details of that. It is also important for you to know the cost involved in all the process, which includes credentialing fees, notarization of documents, affidavits, passport photos, couriering, and obtaining the transcript. Additionally, the bridging program, which could total to about $12,000. So approximately, you might need $20,000 to $22,000 without credentialing papers from your college, travel, and accommodation. In order for you to get a better idea regarding the cost, you could click the next link to calculate the cost involved. The final link shows the standing of your college's profile in the Canadian Alliance. Step 3. Apply for credentialing and submitting the documents. Now it is time for you to submit all your documents. This link provides you the required documents for credentialing. It is very important for you to check your name as per your passport while completing your documents. Submission of complete documentation is important in order to fasten the process. We highly recommend to double check all the documents prior to submission. Step 4. Receive your credentialing assessment result. Receipt and the quicker response from Alliance regarding your submitted documents depends on if the CAPR has assessed someone from your program or institution before, or if your program or the graduating year is new to Alliance. The assessment results letter will provide you with detailed information about what you need to do next. If you meet all the requirements, a letter will be sent confirming that you are eligible to apply for physiotherapy competency exam. And you could take your English language test upon submission of your documents. Upon receipt of your final assessment letter, you have 2 years to take your first attempt of exam. Step 5. Sit the physiotherapy competency examination. The link provided here gives an extensive detail about how to prepare and take your exam. You have to know that the PCE exam has 2 parts, the written and the clinical component. The written component is administered 6 times a year and must be passed before your clinical component. On the other hand, the clinical component is administered 2 times a year. It is important to know that you have a total of 3 attempts of exams for each component. Exams have a deadline to apply. Therefore, it is important to plan taking the exams in advance. In order for you to understand the challenges in these exams, the test results from 2013 to 2017 shows 41% of Indian educated physiotherapists passed the written component on the first attempt and 47 passed clinical component in the first attempt. The final step. You have now passed the PCE. Now you need to go back to the regulators. Upon passing the exam, you will need to contact the regulator in the province or territory where you wish to work. One of the tips here is you may be able to practice while you're completing your exams. Some provincial regulators will let you work with a temporary, restricted or supervised license to practice physiotherapy when you have successfully completed credentialing and while you are in the process of completing the PCE. The references here are www.alliancept.org about your credentialing process. The credentialing client services coordinators are extremely helpful, and you may wish to email them by contacting at credentialing@alliancept.org for any further questions. Alliance is a body which is very prompt in communication and is extremely helpful.